Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be finally meeting you all. This is not only a super happy day for you guys with it being your first day of school, but it's also my first day of school as a teacher. So I'm really excited that we're sharing that together. I figured that before we get started, we should do a little bit of a check-in, see how everybody's doing so far. Maybe we can do like a 1 through 5 show of hands, one being worst bad day ever, need to go home ASAP, or 5, best day ever. I'm going to write about it in my journal when I get home. So let's do that super quick. Okay, I see lots of 5s, which is great news. Couple 2s. We can talk about that later. So I wanted to tell you all a little bit about myself. I think it's really important that we get to know each other, and I'll be asking you to share about yourself to me. So I thought it's only fair that I let you know a little bit about my life first. I made a video. I'm sure you've all seen this before. It's called Draw My Life. I wanted to show you how I got to where I am, and we can watch this together and then go over any questions that we have afterwards. So obviously I am Miss Miller. I grew up in a family of 5. I am one of 3 kids. I am the oldest sibling. I have a younger brother and a younger sister, and I'm super family oriented. So you'll probably hear me talk about my family a lot. It's a really big part of my life. And also being the oldest is a huge part of my identity. I absolutely loved being a big sister growing up. I am from a town nearby called Arlington, Washington. I'm sure you all have heard of it before. I really loved growing up in a small town. I loved the community aspect of that and being able to know so many people. It was a really important part of my life. Go Eagles. I kind of struggled with school at first. I have ADHD, which was a little bit difficult for me. Lots of people have it, and there's tons of ways to cope with that. And something that I found really helpful was finding hobbies and interests. And I loved playing sports as a kid. I love music. I love reading. I still love reading, but those are some things that helped me with my struggles in school. And I ended up deciding to be a teacher at a pretty young age. I wanted to go to the Evergreen State College, which was amazing. And I loved my time in Olympia, but I transferred to Western, which is where I got both my degrees. Go Vikings. Like I said, want to be a teacher since I was really young, and I'm super excited to be doing that now. I have my master's in secondary education and a degree in literature. So I've been working for this for a very long time, and I'm super happy that you all get to be my first group of students. And I hope you know how important that is to me. We get to share this together, which is super special. So lastly, we should talk about some of my interests. And I've always loved The Office, Dunder Mifflin, of course. I'm a really terrible speller, fun fact. So you'll have to call me out for that. I definitely slip up pretty often, which is really funny, but also terrible because I write a lot. I'm a huge Fleetwood Mac fan. I told you before that I love music, and Stevie Nicks is my idol. I also love everything art. I'm a super artsy fartsy person, I like to say. We'll be incorporating that a lot in our year. I'm a huge napper, love naps, and also I love food, and pizza is my number one. I'm also a big animal lover, which you guys will probably all see pictures of my pets. I have a cat and 2 dogs. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. So now that I've shared that, we can go ahead and talk about some of the texts that we'll be going over this year, which are super important to me. And I hope you guys can all get excited about that as well. So let's talk about first some classics, which are really important. Even if we don't end up reading these, I do want us all to be mindful of the influence that this had in the world of literature. And first ahead, we'll do this James Joyce book, Dubliners, which is one of my all-time favorites, as well as The Great Gatsby. I'm sure you all know this classic, and as well as new books. So Angie Thomas is an amazing author that we'll definitely be going over, as well as Eleanor and Park, which you can see how much I love this book from all these little annotations, which I call tabbies, and I will be encouraging all of you to include tabbies in your readings as well. Also, I'll give you The Sun, which is something that I finished over the summer. Amazing book, lots to cover in there. And The Poet X, which is maybe the most important one because poetry is something that I love so much. And I hope that you guys will love it too by the end of our class. And this book is going to definitely be transformative for you writing poetry and us understanding poetry together. And I really hope that you all can find interests in these books the same way that I have. And that's one of my favorite parts about reading is being able to find commonalities between ourselves and characters and being able to express that through our writing. So this is a really exciting time for all of us. And I'm super happy to be a part of this journey. So we will talk more later. And thank you so much for watching, guys.